You gotta do this right.
Oi!
Oh my god.
Oy vey.
Oh, Vey for real.
Boy, we got him.
I can't believe it. This is actually the most pressing news. Because I didn't know.
Did not call you a booty hole. Wait, is he going around on a yarmulke with a bottle of Jack? Okay.
I mean,
Yes, I am.
We're jamming.
If anyone's wondering, we're just paying our respects to Brandon because apparently he was captured by the Mossad this week.
yeah, Brandon's missing from the chat.
Yeah, he's completely missing in action. I genuinely actually hope he's okay.
I gave him a fair warning.
He's not in Discord. He's not like he's just. He's
Chris,
not
what did you
anywhere.
do to him?
I reported him.
You know, are you though? Are you kidding? Like, it was just.
I mean, if you were to
sudden.
come out and just be like, "All right, guys, listen, I'm an agent for the Mossad," it'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
It wouldn't really be much of a surprise.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I would have guessed you. Like, first guess.
I got paid $7,000 to turn him in.
I mean,
Isn't that like your weekly pay?
yeah, dude.
So what?
I got
You get
an
like
extra
did you get like a
$7,000.
$7,000 bonus on top of the weekly pay?
Right. It was
Oh,
1,400.
well, hey, that's
one
hey,
of
that's
these weeks.
wait, 1,400.
No.
That's less.
14,000. 14,000.
Okay. I was about to say they really chewed you out of your money.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting.
Yeah, so to start things off, I'm just gonna play this one now. Wait, where's the volume?
Yeah, this is gonna be our first. This is gonna be our first topic tonight, anyway. So it's a good.
They literally were told one thing only: don't shoot the ships. What do? They shoot the fucking ships. They were told, just don't shoot the ships, and there will be no problem. What do? They shoot the fucking ship. I just said this, and I don't care if my kid gets offended. Talking to the Middle East is like talking to an angry teenager that doesn't want to do what they're supposed to.
So, when do
I know you
people
are.
figure out that they should stop fucking with our boats?
Why? I was gonna say, like, how many times do we have to teach them? Don't touch our boats. What happens every time when you touch a boat? You get blown up.
Well, if you look at like what they broadcast on their propaganda, they were saying that they had us by the balls, that they're in charge, that that basically that they
Fuck,
have all the leverage.
they had our leftists fooled. For sure.
Yeah.
The left.
Lucky we let him have a funeral and didn't bomb him then.
Yeah, they were finally able to. They're finally able to have that funeral for that guy.
I just genuinely, I don't understand.
We could have been an asshole and bombed him during the funeral and gotten everybody.
Yeah,
Could have.
Israel should have done that for us.
So, I could play a video of this, but I mean, I could just kind of bullet point it. That ceasefire started on June 17th. That would be 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Like 3
weeks. 3 weeks.
It's longer than I thought it would last.
To be honest with you, damn, dude. I thought you were going to be totally right on this.
Longer than I thought. I thought it would only last like a week and a half, too.
The U.S. has hit over 80 targets on July 8 after Iran attacked 3 commercial tankers in the Strait of Hormuz.
And there's more to hit, too.
And by July 9, CENTCOM said it struck roughly 90 more Iranian targets.
Yep.
Iran's IRGC retaliated by hitting U.S. bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. and separately fired ballistic missiles at a base in Jordan housing U.S. forces, which Jordan intercepted. The U.S. has struck Iran at least 170 times in the past 2 days alone. Diplomacy is reportedly still happening behind the scenes, even as strikes continue. Hold on, there's two Chris's here. We gotta fix that.
Wait, what the hell?
All right. Um, and then, as Pop said earlier, this is like literally the day after they had that funeral for the guy we killed like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
What a
Who's
funeral,
echoing?
dude! Like, it can't be me. I'm in a sterile environment. Maybe it's you.
Does nobody else hear the echo? Or is it just me?
Yeah, I think it's you. I don't hear an echo.
Oh boy.
Get it together, Chris. Damn it.
Oh, I don't know
Um.
why. Somehow I had two tabs open with the same stream going.
So got a question for Pops because he'll probably be the one that'll know it better. Uh, are we gonna go to total war now? Because Trump seemed pretty
We're
fed the fuck
fucking up
up.
shit, bro. It's like it's not gonna be a proportional thing. It's like you hit our shit, now we're gonna fuck up all your shit. That's how it's gonna be, bro.
Oh fuck, dude! No, I'm not watching a 20-minute video. That shit's crazy.
And they send more missiles out to, you heard, Bahrain, Jordan, wherever the fuck. They got intercepted. So guess what? That's gonna cost them more. And if they send more, it's gonna cost them more.
So I don't think the next deal offered is gonna be as sweet as this deal, huh? Because that's what I think. I think they just fucked them. Like the way the way they had it to the world. Which, by the way, Wikipedia, you're gonna have to edit that shit. It's not over yet, bitch.
Yeah.
But had it had it been over, Iran would have been able to spin this as a win to a lot of people, even a lot of our allies. Um,
Yeah,
because
they
this
were
would
already
this
spinning it as a win. Yeah.
yeah, well that's how bro, half of our fucking country saw it as a win. Uh, but that's after or that or that was before rather that was before they fucked it up again. And now I'm pretty sure this time around the deal isn't going to be as sweet. I think this was as sweet as the deal as they were going to get. So now this next deal that they get, and who knows when they're going to get it because Trump literally said
When the,
like,
when the president comes on and says they're a bunch of sick fucks, they're scumbags. When he uses the word scumbags, they're done, bro. They're done.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be the actual regime change now. Like full blown, kidnap Maduro out of his fucking house regime change.
I don't want to say it yet because we said this before and we got disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't want
Well,
to say we're going to get regime change yet. Get my hopes up.
I mentioned this in the chat, but for as much as people say that we're run by Israel, if we were run by Israel, it would have been regime change a long time ago already. What would have been done with Iran, and we would have already been enjoying lower gas prices by now.
We've actually gotten into a little friction with Israel because of this shit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to talk about that later because that's going to come in our DSA topic, but that rhetoric is being pushed by a certain party, and
The
it
Nazi
isn't.
Party?
No, it isn't the Democrats, dude. At least
Well,
not your Chuck
they call it
Schumers.
the horseshoe theory because it wraps around from the left all the way to the far right. the far left and the far right are like almost in unison about the whole like Israel runs us bullshit.
Um, yeah, I believe that. I don't, but in this situation, it's not gonna look pretty for Iran. I don't think.
No, it won't.
It's unfortunate.
But hey, guys, I'm gonna hop off here just because I'm really tired.
Hey,
What?
can you tell your superiors to
We
let us
just
have
started,
Brandon?
bro.
You want me to do what?
Can you tell your superiors to let us have Brandon next week?
I have no control over that. We've already established that Chris is the one that got rid of him, so he needs to contact the
See,
superiors to get
dude.
him back.
See, dude. It was one too many tunnel Jew jokes. That's what fucked them. I just
I,
remembered it was the tunnel Jews. That's what fucked
That
them.
that's probably what it was. That he harped too hard on the Tendal Jews, and
Yeah,
they're like, okay,
he
we need to
looked
get rid
too.
of
He
this
looked
guy.
too. What if? What
Wait,
if
what
he?
if he actually dug? What if he
That's what
actually
I
went
was about to
deep dive
say.
on it, and then
What?
he found something he wasn't supposed to find?
Yeah. What if he went in the tunnel?
I think it's the
You
other
don't
way
think he
around.
went
Yeah,
from
like
West
Monkey's
Virginia to
saying.
New York?
No, I think it's like what Monkey's saying. They built a tunnel under his house and then sucked him in, and they're like, "Now you are the tunnel." Like, you want to talk shit
Like, who
about the
has the
tunnel,
tunnel now,
bitch?
buddy?
All right, Eric. Have a good night.
All right, see y'all tomorrow.
Um.
Later.
Later, Rick.
So I know Charles and Chris have been talking in chat, so I wanted to like let Chris kind of take it from here, but I know the one thing that we were all bitching about in the chat. Pops, you're never in the chat, so you don't get to read all this shit, but there's like a lot of conversation about this, um, where a lot of our right wing friends, like Charles, like Chris, um, they think their biggest mistake in this whole war is not just turning it all the way to 100, going in their shit, fucking pillaging, raping, and fucking salting the earth afterwards to make sure nothing grows back. Like they want the complete and total annihilation of Iran, of that regime. I mean, for Charles, he was hoping for the civilization.
Well, in essence, it's probably going to happen. But see, with Trump, he likes to give people chances. He gives them a chance. Is that your alarm or my alarm going
No,
off? He gives them a chance. He gives them a
I
chance.
don't know. Let me go
Another
check.
chance. And then ultimately they fuck up, and then he fucks them up, and that's how he does it. So yeah, everybody would have rather have seen us go in, fuck everybody up, and that would have been fine. But you have to
Yeah,
play diplomacy. You have to play diplomacy. You
yeah, that
can't.
is that is the more diplomatic way. That way, he can kind of like wash his hands clean, I guess, in the public forum and be like, "Look, I tried to leave them alone, but they won't leave us alone." So
Exactly. You know,
It was the neighbor.
he's played the diplomacy. I think he's to the stage where he realizes that diplomacy is just not going to work with these people, and it's time to
right,
fucking light them up. You
right.
know, it's time to light them up, and that's what's
I mean,
happening.
Israel has known this. Israel has known that you can't negotiate with these people. I mean, we used to know this back in the day, in the days of
Yeah.
George W. Bush. George W. Bush said it himself. We don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't know why we're negotiating with
Hey,
terrorists now.
BB's been on top of this shit, bro. He's definitely been on top of this shit.
Yeah, but BB's not exactly the most popular guy in our politics.
Yeah, whatever. But BB knows what's going on with these Iranians, bro. He knows how they are. He's been fighting them for years. You don't think this
Yeah,
guy knows? He's been surveilling them for years. They got Israel's got the intelligence, bro. On these guys.
Um,
But Trump likes to play politics. I mean, he wants to be diplomatic about shit. He likes to give people chances, you know. And ultimately, that doesn't always work. Well, what happens at the end of it is, okay, you didn't want to play nice. Now here we go. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Hey,
But if
Lewis
they
is in.
thought that he was going to be soft, they got another
Que
thing.
vuelta, Chris. Semana que te embegue, bro.
Oye, qué buen
Mr. Rick. Mr. Rick. How's it going, sir?
What's up?
El Cubanito.
Cubanito McClan. Yeah, I'm still here. Like, oh, hey, you know where I'm at, brother? I'm at the Pinecrest Cafeteria having a coffee with Uber drivers.
Where? At the Pinecrest?
Pinecrest Cafeteria that we went to last time after we had a beer.
Oh shit, dude! I would pull up
Yeah.
right now.
Go right.
You
Come,
know what
come
I
right.
you know
Come
what I
right.
find like funny about
You want me
this
to pull up?
podcast?
Of course, bro. I'm right here.
You
Fuck,
know what I
We
hold
get
find
on, it
some
just
funny
started.
funny
pastelito, bro.
about this podcast is
Some
cast
Cuban pastelito, bro.
the two
I'm coming.
drivers,
I'm
the
coming.
two people with the fucking occupation of driving are like the best friends in the group.
Yeah, man.
The Uber drivers. Those are the ones who move the economy of Miami, brother.
Bro, we move shit. He moves products. I move dead people.
Right.
These products on these dead people.
Hey, Monkey, are you making fun of us, bro? Are you
No,
making fun of us?
I think this is the
No, he's
funniest thing
admiring.
ever.
He's admiring. He
Hey, did you
admires.
happen to move Brandon this week?
Huh?
I'm-
Yeah, you know what? Maybe
You happen
that's
to
what
move
happened.
Brandon? Chris, did you manage to move Brandon with?
Hey, Chris, you gonna pass by for real? Wanna buy a coffee? Oh, no, sí, qué hola, Cere. Ya no te acuerdas de mí. El tocayo tuyo, bro. Qué hola, Cere.
Look at this.
Oh shit! It's raining. It's not raining by there, Lewis.
No,
It is a little bit.
I'm in the west.
¿Eh?
Cojones.
¿Cómo es? Yo no me he metido con ella. Yo me he metido con ella. No, ya tengo miedo. Me la mano de guajiro.
I love how
Hey,
this
I'm right here
podcast
with a Cuban.
got a quick.
This is one of the most Cuban cafeteria here in Homestead. Right?
I'm going to get a tres leches.
If you're passing by, I'm gonna order a coffee. Okay, I'm gonna order a colada. Okay.
Oh, bro, please.
You really passing
Thank
by?
you. 'Cause I was sleeping. I was sleeping when Monkey called me, and I'm a little bit like slow.
Right. I'm gonna order a colada entonces for both of us.
And that
You want a
cafecito is
whole
gonna
colada
wake
for
me up.
yourself, for you, or will I order two coladas or just one?
Yeah, a colada.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, you talking about more than one?
Okay, I'm gonna order a whole colada for you. I'm gonna order a whole colada from there.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Oye, monkey. If you are able to drink a whole colada, then you're a real Cuban.
I,
Monkey.
Don't test Monkey's Cubanness. Monkey's Cuban.
I sit next to a Cuban cafeteria every day at work.
Monkey's
so
ignoring me right now because I'm being so annoying.
No,
I
he's
get,
answering. He's answering
I
you.
Yo,
get,
let me tell you what my grandfather
I
used
get
to
a whole colada every day. Like,
Yo, let me tell you what my grandfather used to do. He used to put coffee in a little fucking like a bottle, and he used to take it to work with him. He used to hit that shit all day long, bro. All day long.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah, dude, I used to do the
Nah,
same
bro,
shit.
colada saved my life. Whenever I'm like driving for more than 18 hours and I'm exhausted, a
Yeah,
colada
but
helps me to
if
get
I'm
home.
not mistaken, Monkey said that he can no longer drink Cuban coffee. It's just too strong, and I understand.
I couldn't.
I actually have to do it for like a whole month.
I had to slow down on it
Do like a
because
reset.
I had to slow down on it because of like what a doctor told me. But I enjoy it. Anyway, bro. So
What are we talking about today, brother?
well, we're gonna move on
Iran.
to we're gonna move on to another funny story. Uh, what do you guys know about Graham Plattner?
Fuck, I should have
Well,
researched him
what?
earlier, but I went to sleep.
Right.
Who is Grant Plattner?
So
Oh, that's okay.
he's the he was the Democratic nominee in Maine to run against Susan Collins for her Senate seat. And
Is that in California?
No,
oh
Spain,
shit, wait, is this
Spain.
news? Hold up, is this
Monkey,
news?
how do you keep yourself up to date with all these topics, bro? Like, for real. I get my news from you. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
I live with Pops and he has uh like politics on 24/7, so it's pretty easy.
Right.
Oh my god, he did. Holy shit, this is news to me. It might not be news to Pops. He's watching it. But this is news to me.
Let me put the color.
I didn't know he pulled the trigger on this. Okay, cool. Um so Graham Plattner has suspended his campaign.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I knew he was talking about it.
Yeah, no, he
I,
did that last night.
yeah, I didn't know that he
Wait, what
pulled the
did he do?
trigger.
What did he
He's
do?
he suspended the campaign, so he's out of the
No,
race.
the
He's
Democrats pushed his ass out.
Oh,
They're gonna put somebody else
he
in.
has a vagina.
um
So why does Grant Plattner have a vagina?
so Plattner had first off he was like a really big candidate for like the DSA crowd.
Yeah.
Super fucking popular out of nowhere, like almost overnight for no reason. They look into the guy. They know they find out through I guess pictures this guy's got like Nazi tattoos on him. They overlook
Oh, I know
that.
this guy. I know this guy. Yeah. He had
They
the skull and
overlook it.
crossbones.
Yeah.
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 They overlook it. They say, you know what, this isn't a problem.
And then he's
Um
like, "Oh, I would fuck somebody if they break into my house." And it's like, "What the fuck are you talking about, guy?"
they had a
He used
girl
to
come
fucking
out.
masturbate in fucking porta potties.
Ew.
Is
I
that
didn't know
you?
that
What
about
the
him.
fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's
me.
what the dude did, bro. I'm telling you, all that shit's out there.
So the guy had a girl come out on
Mi
him.
hora de cola.
It was in the New
Venga, vamos a
York.
poner dos
It was in
coladitas ahí
the
cuando pueda. Dos
it was in
coladitas.
the New York Times, and the New York Times didn't have like a full like. They didn't go into big detail on what the shit was. They just said it was like sexual allegations, right? So when uh when they look into it further, or when they're first coming out with this, they look into the girl, and then they find out that oh shit, there's Chris. They found each
We're
other.
gonna have coffee now. No voy a apagar la cámara mía.
Look at this. This is funny. They found each other. Holy shit. Wow. So yeah, when they look
Dale,
into the
dale.
girl
Te escuchaba para
that made the first allegation, they wrote
I'm
that
sure
girl.
the
They wrote that girl off completely,
Go.
which is funny because we're talking about like the the believe all women crowd, but not this particular one because she's a Republican op.
Bien ahí,
This is a Republican woman just throwing allegations to fuck up the campaign. But then Politico came out with a more detailed article and a second allegation from another woman who was politically aligned with him. And this allegation had testimony, facts, like it everybody's pretty much in consensus that this woman's telling the truth. And she had a decent enough reason. I hear a lot of reasons for why women don't call the cops and report sexual crimes for so on. And they seem ridiculous to me. I try to like okay, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but some of them seem ridiculous to me. This one was actually logical to me. She didn't report it because, well, dude, I care about politics, and like his politics align with mine. And if I report this, it's gonna fucking give Susan Collins the win, and I don't want to do that. Like, so that's a legitimately like I felt that I was like, okay, that's even a plausible reason not to report it. Like, you don't even know if you want to fuck up the country, like, so she ends up reporting it. She ends up telling Politico. She says the reason was, at the end of the day, it doesn't do democracy any good if people don't know who they're voting for. And then Plattner, I guess, as of last night, I didn't know this, has pulled his campaign in response to these allegations. So there's been a couple of, I guess, worries that we don't have to worry about anymore. Because are they gonna have like a quick special election?
No, they're just gonna put someone in like they did Biden.
I thought that if they didn't make this, that was gonna be a possibility if they didn't make this move by the 13th.
They're just gonna put somebody in, bro. They may have an election, but I mean, really, in 3 days, they got 3 days.
But bro,
No.
that's such a Democratic move
Wait. I actually have it. Maine Democrats now have until July 27th to pick a replacement, and the party has decided to hold a nominating convention rather than have leadership just pick somebody. Names already jockeying for it include Troy Jackson, Nirav Shah, and Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows. Notably, Jackson said he wouldn't even accept Plattner's endorsement if offered.
Chris is ordering croquetas and shit. Monkey, bro, we gotta get a beer, bro. Man, bro, you gotta calm down, brother.
Well, I'm gonna be down Saturday, but I'm gonna be in the Wynwood area.
Wait, I know we had like a I wouldn't call it, for lack of a better term, I want to say like a confrontation, but I'm not usually like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm a cool dude.
I'm not
I love
usually
you,
like
bro.
that either, but I'm not a cool dude. I'm fucking boring.
I was actually kind of drunk when we had that heated argument. I don't know if you noticed. I got emotional and shit. You remember?
I do.
Motherfucking laughing.
I get into those conversations all the time, so I don't.
I love you, bro. Man, we
So,
gotta get a beer, bro.
So Chris, did you catch all that with Plattner? Because I'm not rerunning it. As a matter of fact, hold on a minute.
Whoever they pick's gonna lose. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that I mean, even the Destinies and the Hutches of the online world are pretty much calling this a loss. Oh, cool. Dude, oh, it's great. Hold on, I can't actually go through this one. Beep, 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 beep.
Will in fact be dropped. More breaking news tonight. Embattled Maine Senate candidate Graham Plattner officially suspending his campaign tonight, adding that he will in fact be dropping out of that race. He posted an 11-minute video message on X tonight, once again denying this week's bombshell allegation by a former girlfriend, saying that he sexually assaulted her in 2021. Plattner saying it has, quote, placed an immense amount of weight on him, and exiting this race is the only path forward. Here he is.
This is incredibly difficult because I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not. We're not doing it because of the allegations. We're doing it because of the structures that are being taken away from us by those in power. And I also feel an immense amount of responsibility to everyone who has worked so hard to get us to where we are.
Now, in the last 48 hours, Plattner has lost virtually all major endorsements to his campaign and funding from not only the state, but National Democratic Party. Sources say his campaign has been texting hundreds and hundreds of volunteers throughout the day today, asking for their feedback on the upcoming nomination process. On that note, Plattner still has to file the paperwork to officially drop out of the race. That key deadline here rapidly approaching. It is this coming Monday, July 13th. Main Democratic Party leaders just confirming tonight they plan to now hold a nominating convention to replace Plattner in what will be a critical race this November against veteran Republican Susan Collins. But again, he has to officially drop out before that process can officially even get started.
And a look at the timeline here of Graham Plattner's Senate campaign, and it shows how quickly things unraveled. Plattner launched last August as a Marine veteran and oysterman, running as a populist outsider. He quickly won Bernie Sanders' endorsement and built early momentum. But in October, old Reddit posts resurfaced, followed days later by questions over a chess tattoo critics say resembles a Nazi symbol he has since covered. Plattner apologized, said he didn't know the meaning when he got it years earlier. By spring, he had built a major lead, and after Janet Mills suspended her campaign, he became the presumptive Democratic nominee. Then came more scrutiny, reports about sexually explicit messages, allegations from former girlfriends, and this week, new sexual assault allegations, which, as you just heard earlier in that video, Plattner continues to deny.
So yeah, big L for Dems on that one.
Yep.
The only thing I find funny about this is like there's a bunch of people online that are still like entertaining the thought that this was like a concocted conspiracy.
Yeah. They should vet their people better.
Maybe not run Nazis. I don't know. I didn't know what this means. That's the worst. What are you doing? That of all the fucking thousands of fucking things that you can say to deny that tattoo, why would you say some stupid shit like I didn't know what this means? Why the fuck you getting a tattoo of it, you weirdo? How's y'all's tres leches? You guys are fucking ridiculous. Oh, I got a fucking Wawa coffee. Fuck y'all. Banana bread flavored. Eat shit.
So yeah, that's wild that someone refused to press charges just to try to like keep him as a political person, as a nominee.
No, you know what else is fucked up? Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell had a stroke.
Yeah,
June
where's
16th. He had a heart attack June 16th. Nobody's heard from him since, but 3 rhinos are saying
wife's in China?
Huh?
The wife's in China.
The wife's in China.
Mitch McConnell's wife's in China.
Yeah, I know. I know. But what's funny is that he's MIA.
Say that again?
He's MIA.
Yeah. Doesn't that suck for...
And they really need to do something about that, because that's kind of...
Maybe take him out the fucking pasture? Pull the plug?
Yes, pretty much. That's what they need to do.
Jeez. I totally forgot to put Mitch on the docket, but that's true. Like, yeah, Mitch McConnell's just gone fucking missing when we need votes. Because of course.
And of course, the leader of the Senate, he had a 20-minute conversation with him, but what the fuck is that about?
In the void.
We need proof of that. We need like, yo, is this guy really alive?
They killed him, dude. Maybe they did take him out to pasture. They just don't want to tell y'all yet. Somebody's weekend at Bernie fucking Mitch McConnell as we speak right now.
Yeah.
Before I get to bricks and minifigs, which by the way, there is an update on the bricks and minifigs saga, but wanted to have a conversation about the uh, the Democratic Party.
But the only Brandon se desapareció. Brandon, why? He's gone. Se fue.
Um,
Without product.
gonna ask, hold on, Claude for something real quick.
Hace 2 días, la bañada se le fue la transmisión. Se le fue la transmisión, ¿no? En neutro, reversa, drive. ¿La cambiaron o es un nuevo one? Estaba mandando a mi compañero y mi jefe está en proceso de comprar vanes completamente nuevas. 2026.
You had that conversation on the mute button there. Damn, dude.
Bro, you guys are making me fucking want to order Vicky's Bakery, bro.
Damn, dude, we got like.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Un cafecito and a couple croquetas, you know, bro. Tres leche. I got it. I hear you. Looking good.
Damn, so there's 35 DSA candidates that have advanced in their primaries. Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about, bro. Like, Democratic Party is going through a real issue.
Dude, the Democratic Party is being pulled so far to the left that they're going to cease to exist.
They're being cannibalized by it.
Yes.
I honestly am starting to notice
well, that the revolution always eats itself, you know?
That's a big problem that I'm seeing, dude. First off, the one thing that I'm noticing before it all the Democratic, all the people that are in races right now, they're on the Democratic side that supported Israel are losing their races, like flat. They're having more hardline stance than like the hard right wingers, and on that conversation, like they are getting completely rid of everybody that backed Israel in the Democratic Party through primary, which is concerning. That's super fucking concerning. Not saying yeah he's simp for Israel, but like there's common threads in that market to other markets that I don't even for Democrats I don't want that to be the case. I I don't like what's happening in New York. A lot of this is being is being spawned out of New York. There's a couple of other states too, but like this is a lot of this is that I'm reading is being spawned right the fuck out of New York,
California.
and well, not even Cali's got like a couple. Colorado's got a couple. Like a lot of this is coming out of New York. A lot of the new ones, they're coming out of New York. Now it feels like we're gonna have a real I don't know turning of the Democratic Party from the beast that we know to the beast that we don't. I guess I don't know. Like the DSA push is kind of concerning to me. I don't know where it came from, except for I guess this Israel thing, because that's where I feel like a lot of it's getting backed. Maybe the recent stuff in Venezuela too, because I know that's a big hard problem with a lot of these socialist motherfuckers. They got big ass mouthpieces like fucking Hassan and Vash, and fucking those guys on Counterpoints. And I've noticed that Gen Z, especially, is getting really comfortable with that fucking idea of socialism.
Because they're lazy and they don't want to fucking work. That's what Gen Z is about. Lazy fucking spoiled kids that don't want to work. Get the fuck out of here. Go work. Earn the fucking living. Government ain't gonna give you shit. Whatever they give you is shit.
Um, I think it has more to do than that. I think it has a lot to do with Gen Z's like super for whatever reason, like super against like the West, which is where they come from. So I'm not understanding that. But like everything American values, they hate. We've got this like new fuck the 4th of July thing that we didn't have like
Bro,
15 years ago.
let me say something. If you don't like it here, you're free to leave. I mean, I don't understand people that go to a country and then say they don't like it. If you don't like it, leave.
I think it also might just be symptomatic of like the situations that we keep putting ourselves in though. Or finding ourselves in rather. There's some that we put ourselves in though. But like let's take for instance, I know the Iran war is a cheap one, so let's go with like how Afghanistan ended, and then how long it took to end it, and then it ended like that.
We had an incompetent person in charge of the country at the time,
Um,
along with
and
fucking dumbass general.
and then the context of the Iraq war that people now know about, and the lack of WMDs there, like I feel like this is symptomatic of like 20 or 30 years of fuck ups that we've made in the Middle East. And it's coming to like root because these are the things that they use. Like these are the common introductory
Monkey,
fucking
can I
talking
say something real
points.
quick?
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Chris, who hates, and part of my ignorance, okay? Who hates American values? Yes. And then he was telling me the left and the new, the Gen Z and all that. And I was trying to tell him that what I usually say is that's why we got to know the difference between. And at least I got this, yeah, as I've always said. I've learned all these things from Vietnam War veteran. We got to know the difference between country and government. At least that's how I see it. I don't know if it's accurate or not to see it like that, or if it's good, if it is good or not. But we, I'm of the opinion that we have to hold the government accountable because that's one of the, to me, that's one of the American values. I don't know if that makes, um, but I guess once we make a difference between country and government, uh, we might see things more clearly, and we might have probably how do you say in English, como más valores unidos, unified values,
United, yeah.
unified values. Yeah. Does it make sense? Am I making sense or?
Hold on.
There were unified values, but those values went to shit somehow. I don't know.
Freedom, really.
Well, I still think we have freedom. You know what I think it is? Qatar has spent millions of dollars putting in propaganda through the universities to teach
Qatar,
Qatar,
a foreign nation,
the Middle East. Yeah, they've spent millions of
doing
dollars,
lobbying here in the United States.
not lobbying, funding universities, putting
So does,
money in the universities to teach the university students to hate America, to hate American history and American values.
I don't think
That's
it's
why you see
just
all these
Qatar.
universities. They're like
I
so
don't
pro
think it's
Palestine.
just Qatar. I don't think it's just Qatar on that front, dude.
it's not just Qatar. It's China. It's a couple other countries.
It's not just
China,
Qatar. It's
China,
Russia,
Russia.
Qatar. It's all of our enemies.
And to be honest with you, that's also homegrown. There is some of
Yeah,
that
there
that
is.
is homegrown.
Yeah,
I
there is.
mean,
Yeah,
don't wanna
but there's
don't
definitely
wanna.
a plot. There's a plot from outside.
Yes, no, yes, I believe that. I
He's
100% believe
breaking
that.
up.
No, I can hear you. I can hear him.
Yeah, there's definitely a plot from the outside to deteriorate us from within, and it starts with the youth and getting the youth to hate us.
I don't think
But
that's news.
why every this is the pattern that I've noticed. Every time we criticize the government, we're labeled as the left.
That's
As
not
what?
true. The right criticizes the government a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
The
Yeah,
fact of the matter is that fucking Obama's the one that started this bullshit with the socialism. That shit goes all the way back to him.
No, I don't believe that.
I do.
The reason why is because okay,
I
let me
fundamentally want to change the United States of America.
no, let me just hear me out here.
Quote.
Do you remember when you wanted to beat my ass because I was researching socialism back when I was 15 years old?
And rightly so, brother. Rightly so.
Do you remember that?
Okay.
Who was the president in that era? It wasn't Obama.
Who was it?
Bush.
it was. Yeah,
That guy
Now
wasn't much.
hold on, hold. I know, I get that, but I think this starts not at Obama. I think it has a turning point at Obama.
You
But
know
this
what?
starts.
I
This
want to go
starts.
back even further when you were a child, a baby, okay? Because it really started with Bush's daddy, okay?
I could see that.
It really started with Bush's daddy. That started the fucking country in the wrong direction.
I can see that, and then there's things that follow that.
But
Like,
as far as
for
pushing
instance,
socialism,
Elion.
as far as pushing it towards socialism, that's an Obama move.
I don't think that's an Obama move because we remember me and my friends and all that shit. We started talking about that and the fallout of the Iraq War and the fuck ups that Bush was making, and then when you go further in that time period and like let's say music and media in that time period for leftists, we were all blaming
man.
Bush for nine
Still looking at
11.
him?
We thought he was the one that
Once
knocked down the towers. We blamed his administration. We thought it was an inside job. Like truthers, 9/11 truthers, the first wave of 9/11 truthers were leftists. They weren't Republicans. They were leftists, and that conversation of socialism and wanting to change the country because you cannot trust the government anymore comes out of the fuck ups of the Bush administration after 9/11 and the Iraq war, because that was the first time that we really like fucking, not the first time we've been lied to, but blatantly lied to, like straight up, we're going over there for bombs that just don't fucking exist, and we created a whole war for that. Was the first time that like
I don't know if Bush had anything to do with 9/11, but he certainly knew about it.
I believe that I don't think anybody in the American government would want to actually take down the towers except for like maybe the guy that has an insurance policy on him.
He
Yeah.
knew.
No, you won't get it.
I think they had
Okay.
information that led to a warning that was pretty direct to the towers,
No, my
and they
monkey's
just
making a lot
fucking
of sense.
ignored it. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Or was that was it? I'm just okay. But no, I think that's I think when it comes down to it, because I've had my time as a 9/11 truther. I think when
So
it
what you
comes down
saying,
to
brother?
it,
Because I'm learning here.
I think what it comes down to is, you know, that administration.
And you know, when you think about it, it even goes back further to the days of JFK and Lyndon B. Johnson. Because
Well, those are other things. I don't think those things were super relevant. Like 9/11 changed the country in a way
No,
that hasn't
I
and never
get
came
that.
back for him.
But I mean, as far as the oh god, the fucking the bad shit in the government, bro. The fucking
Oh
CIA.
yeah, 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 your distrust.
You know, the CIA has always been a corrupt
But
organization.
that was just one part of the government. We didn't trust the CIA. After 9/11, we didn't trust the president. We
They
didn't
didn't
trust
trust
the
anybody.
government. We didn't trust any of this. And it had a lot to do with fucking up 9/11 and fucking
But
up.
the 9/11 thing caused a lot of fucked up shit. It caused the Patriot Act, which is fucking pretty much violating everybody's
Yeah,
personal
that's crazy. The
shit.
Patriot Act was crazy.
And, you know, it did a lot of fucked up shit. 9/11.
But then after that, in 2008, when Obama takes the country over from Bush, yeah, that is a big turning point because and I know that a lot of people think that this is like a racist talking point. I don't really view it as that. I know racism existed before Obama. Like I know Rodney King was a thing. I know we had a giant fucking like 5-state riot for fucking the whole Rodney King thing. Like I get that. But that was like not as prevalent and reported and pointed to and
Rodney,
shoved in your face until after the Obama administration takes hold, and then we get social media to evolve in that administration. As in the Obama administration, social media takes leaps and bounds. We go from fucking MySpace to Facebook and media sharing and all that shit. So that's the point. I don't think like other than I'm the black president, I don't think really Obama's administration pushed too much towards this. I think the country just did it as a whole in general. But
Well, you have to remember, Obama did say that racism was inherent in this country, like that it's part of like this country's bones. And I think that was a mistake for him to say because I don't agree with that personally. Like, yes, racism exists, but it's not inherent to what it means to be American. But that idea is one of the reasons why a lot of leftists just want to fundamentally change America because they believe racism is inherent, is like part of the DNA of this country, and that's just not true.
no, and all they got to do is travel because them motherfuckers in other countries are just as fucking prejudiced as anybody.
Right? Yeah, we're the most tolerant country. You go to any other country, every
I
other
think
country is
it,
way more racist than we are.
I think if
China,
you've noticed in this
China is
time
racist as
period,
fuck, and people
in
don't talk about that.
in
China is racist.
Obama's time period, and a lot of people like seem to
This is my
forget
country.
this because it's been so fucking long, and then a lot of the fucking Gen Z kids just weren't alive or weren't old enough. But in this time period of Obama's presidency is when like things really flare up between cops and black people. You get Tamir Rice and like 3 or 4 George Zimmermans in this time period.
They use incidents and they amplify it and they make it look worse than it
You
fucking
had the Ferguson riots. One of the biggest arguments that I had in 2020 with people on the right during the Summer of Love, because I would argue with both sides, or the people on the left. I mean, was people didn't understand. People didn't remember Ferguson happened on Obama's watch, and when the Nat Guard got called into Ferguson, Obama called them. So like, but that was when in Obama's presidency is when you see the turn up, the they kick it into high gear with media shows you more cop shootings with black people in specific. They don't show you the thousands that happen within every other fucking race, but they'll definitely make sure to show you that some fucked up shit happened to a black person.
But it's racism ¿cómo se dice? Institutionalized.
Inherent.
No, I don't. Bear with me for
Institutionalized
that.
or in
I'm sorry.
that
You
same
think
thing
so?
that happened to George Floyd.
I'm not saying it is.
happened
I'm asking. I'm
to-
asking. Okay. I'm asking.
No. But listen, that same thing that happened to George Floyd happened to thousands of people, bro. All races. Because
Absolutely, absolutely.
cops put
Yeah.
their fucking knee on you to restrain you when you're acting a fool. And that's a
So,
fact.
yeah, in my opinion, no, racism
I'm
is not
still
institutionalized.
I'm still of the belief that what that cop did to George Floyd was extra and crazy, and he should be. He's
George
he's
But
Floyd
that
couldn't
he's where he
breathe.
should be.
You know why George
it's like
Floyd couldn't breathe? Because he was ODing on fucking fentanyl, dude. That's why he
that's
Whatever
what
couldn't breathe.
whatever the
I
case
don't
may
think.
be, like 9 minutes, six of them unresponsive. That's crazy work.
But
What
it's
was
what
worse?
Rick was
What was
saying.
worse?
Cops do that to everybody. It's not. It wasn't targeted against
Wait,
Floyd because
wait,
he was
wait.
black.
What
That's
was
just
No, I
worse was the
may
white kid in England that got stabbed while in police custody, and he's telling the cops he can't breathe and he's bleeding, and they ignored him
yeah, we
because
covered
the
that one.
Muslim kid said that he attacked him.
Yeah, we covered that one. That one was
Okay,
fucked up too. But that's
that
England.
was fucked up. That was
right.
fucked. You're
Like
stabbed
I can
and you're
agree.
bleeding.
Yeah, I can agree it was police negligence, but I don't think it was racism.
I think we get a dip in. I don't. And here's what I just can't explain it. I can't explain it. But I think we get a dip in quality in policing in around the 2010s,
But
and we
all
haven't
across the
recovered
board,
from it.
all across the board, not just those incidents.
No,
You
yeah,
guys think
I'm talking about all across the board. Now I know exactly where you're getting at, and I'm with you on that. I'm with you 100% on that. Like I don't
right?
think we have
I'm
good.
not saying it is institutionalized. I'm asking, right? I just want to get because to be honest, I don't have an opinion on this because I don't really, even though I've been here for over 20 years,
I think
I really don't
I think the
have an
better
opinion
way
on that.
to I think the better way to describe that, Lewis, is it's been weaponized.
Yes,
Depending on who's holding the weapon and for what purpose, because both
Yeah.
sides weaponize the conversation. I don't think it's really as deep as people talk about it being. Because I mean,
that
dude, there's a whole scene of people that like I see interact with each other that do not have like those. There's lines and boundaries, but they don't have those crazy
I've
fucking.
never been a cop. I've been a security guard. I know it ain't shit compared to a cop. But
and don't
you're
say
not,
that. I used to be a security officer too.
never
Don't say that.
thinking, when you want to defend yourself and you have a gun, you're never thinking, I'm shooting a black guy, I'm shooting a gay guy, I'm shooting a pink
Right.
guy, or a purple guy, or a white guy. Hey, I'm threatened and I'm fucking shooting. And it don't matter
I,
what
I,
color they are, I'm
There's
shooting.
listen. There's plenty
I
of
used to work
instances.
Coconut Grove, and I used to do details with Miami PD, and I remember I used to rover the like patrol the side where the hood area, and I used to get along with all those people, man.
Yeah,
I would just talk to
listen,
them. I would
listen.
sit down with them. I would talk to them like for hours.
Cops,
That's why
cops ain't really.
when people talk about racism here, like maybe it's just the way I am, bro. But I get along with everybody.
Yeah,
And
bro,
I
listen.
remember I was a
Cops ain't.
security officer at Coconut Grove, and I used to sit down with them and just hang out with them.
Yeah, listen. Cops aren't worried about who you are or what race you are. They're worried about you got a weapon. That weapon presents a problem. I'm
That's
gonna neutralize the
there's
problem.
plenty. Listen,
That's it.
there's
That's all they
plenty
think about. It don't matter what's on the other side of that weapon.
there's
The
plenty
fact
of
that it's a weapon.
there's plenty of
Right.
instances though, and I mean we see it all the time. There's plenty of instances where a cop shoots and kills a threat, and it's obvious, and we see it, and then we're like, yeah, okay, good shot, cop. But it's
And sometimes they make mistakes too.
uh,
Sometimes they do something.
egregious
And there are bad
ones.
cops. And there are bad cops.
Egregious ones, like for instance, the most recent one was the lady in New York who had her dog shot. The Bernard that got shot and killed for being a big fluffy dog. Or, you know, go back further. There's one in particular that I always go back to. It happened in like 2014. Was a white dude. But it was, I call it the deadly game of Simon Says in the hallway, because he's got like a SWAT team on him, flashlights, AK-40 or M16s like pointed at him. They got him on his knees. He's wearing fucking basketball shorts that are loose around his waist. They're telling him keep his hands up. He's complying. He's doing everything he's saying. Keep your hands up. Crawl to me on your knees. While his basketball shorts are fucking falling off of him. So he goes to pick up his basketball shorts. He gets shot and killed. Like, there's got to be some situational awareness to that. Like, obviously he's not going for a gun, bro. Like, his pants are falling off. Like, give him a break. They shoot and kill him. There's Tamir Rice was a really bad one too. Like a little kid with a fucking toy gun. There's situations where you can point to these things and they happen.
And there's bad cops too, bro.
Yeah, but now they're the reason why I say, and I'm pointing to a decline in quality, is there's bad cops too is becoming way more, like, said way more often than it should. Like, we used to have really good cop work.
I have an opinion for why that is. We just have way more people than we used to. You know, I think like police force.
Maybe.
I was gonna say, Monkey. None of those instances to me seem representative of institutionalized racism. Now, when it comes to the economic part, I always try to.
I was just talking about policing, bro.
No, but to me, not once. Yeah, once again, to me, none of those instances is representative of institutionalized racism. Now, when it comes to economy, what's the opinion there? Because you do have the hoods, you do have segregation, you do have gentrification. Is that the
gentrification
and all of that?
I'm not of the opinion. I know a lot of leftists are gonna fucking bleed to death when they hear that. I'm not of the opinion that, like, everybody's got the same, you know, opportunities in this country. It doesn't matter your starting point. Not everybody's gonna have the same starting point. Some kids are born fucking rich to rich parents.
Let's say 40, 50 plus years before. Was that the case?
Yeah,
I would say so. Yeah.
80s. You might be talking about like pre-60s.
Now, if you're talking like 70, 80, yeah, maybe you would have a point, because then you're talking about like the age of segregation and shit like that. Yeah, but like when we come out of Jim Crow and we get the civil rights movement and all that shit, basically this country is an equal opportunity country. Just
I don't think that's
everybody's starting point isn't the fucking same. Some kids are born in Connecticut to rich fucking parents. Some kids are born in Cuba and got to get here on a raft. Some kids are born in Haiti and got to get here on a boat. Some kids are born in Texas to fucking hicks in a trailer park. People's starting point is never the fucking same. But in this country, you have the same opportunity to fix that starting point.
I believe that. I do believe that.
I've heard a stat that says that the majority of the richest black people in the world live in the United States. Like, that's what you have to look at. Don't look at like the poor black people. Look at the ones who have managed to make it. Like,
even with the economy how it is right now, still there's a lot of opportunities to make money in this country.
Look at the Obamas.
Now, do I think that there's people that take advantage of the economic divide or the economic
absolutely gap? Like, that's gonna happen every fucking where.
And there's people that rely on that.
It's not saying that the government is racist. I do believe that it is, once again, this is my conspiracy theory mind always. It's the typical divide and plunder type of shit. Whenever the government wants to get away with something, it deviates our attention to that, and it weaponizes. What you said, the word it weaponizes that. So, but I don't think we have institutionalized racism. in my humble opinion.
It depends on the
So
institution that you're talking. It depends on the institution that you're talking about. But
the
as a
government
general,
being racist and catering to white people only.
say again.
For lack of a better term, with my crooked English, I'm gonna say when I talk about institutionalized racism, I say the government catering only to white people and segregating.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. I don't
I don't
agree
think that's
with
the
the.
case either.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. What I agree with
Yeah,
is
me neither.
there's certain states and functions that still operate like that. As long as Alabama
Well, you're gonna have
exists,
to enlighten me on that one because I don't really know.
as long as Alabama exists, there's gonna be fucking racism in this country. You know that them cops are
He's such a
racist. That
fucking ass.
government
He's
is
just like my
racist.
cousin Tony. Like, he's such a fucking ass.
But a real, actual, sobering sentence to not be sarcastic. Racism is going to exist in this country as a conversation until it stops being a conversation.
Hey,
So we stop talking about racism. Racism exists.
by the way, um, working with black people in a nursing home for years, which I did, I could tell you that black people are way more racist than white people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Way,
Yeah,
way
it
more
happens.
racist than
Yeah,
white
racism is a two-way street. It's not just like, oh,
Yeah,
white people are
yeah,
racist.
yeah.
Every race can be racist.
But
All it
as
takes
far
is
as institutionalized racism
But they use
towards
it as a political.
well,
as far as
here's why.
governmental federal
No,
institutionalized racism, I can't agree. You know that we're on
yeah,
that
the way it
plane.
gets done, I think, is from the Democratic side. They use it as a tool to get the black people angry.
Yeah,
Well,
They're like,
on the
look,
Republican side, they
hate you.
they use
yeah,
it on the Republican side. They use it as a tool, as an agitator. That's why that's what I meant when I said it depends on who's holding the sword and what they're swinging for.
But how do the Republicans use it as an agitator?
Democrats use it as a victim card, and Republicans use it as a an attack vector, and not just like.
because they're used to
I don't mean your centrist, like super centrist. Like people in the center don't play in these worlds. But when you start moving into like you've stopped watching Fox News and CNN and you start moving to like Newsmax and News Now and shit like that where you're listening to like Bill O'Reilly and Andrew Cuomo and fucking shit like that. That's when like things start to get a little crazy. And that's when these talking points start to become weapons, depending on who you're talking.
yeah. I
and
guess
how
they just steer the shit. They just would like to steer the shit.
yeah.
Hey, I want to know, how did Newsmax get the reputation of being a far right wing news organization?
Dude, literally, it is very biased to the right. Like it is super biased to the right.
They are not extreme right, like you're saying. Man.
They're super biased to the
so.
right.
Here's what I like
would
about
say,
them.
like
They present the facts.
Builder, Fuentes.
They
There's-
present facts, bro. Whether
There's
they're-
presenting the facts, and then there's presenting the facts in a biased manner.
But if they're biased, if they have an opinion, that's fine. They have an opinion, but they don't report it like.
No, they have a different style of reporting. That's fine and all, but like they are. I'm not the only one that believes this. This is a consensus. Like they are not center right. You know, they're
You
not
guys-
fucking Nazis. This isn't the Nazi
Their
network.
owner is center right. Chris
You
Reddy
guys-
is center right. The guy that owns.
They have a couple of token Democrats, just like Fox News.
You guys, I feel like we got really derailed on the racism conversation. What are we supposed to be talking about?
This is the Democratic
Prices of
Social.
hooker in South Carolina.
This is the Democratic Socialist conversation.
Oh,
But
full
Lewis had us talking about racism for a second, which is fine. Feeds
No,
time.
he mentioned that, and once again, it's not only
actually,
race.
I'm until Obama came along, racism was pretty much dead. Nobody
Yeah,
talked about it.
Obama spiked it. Yeah.
That's not true.
No, it is.
No, let me correct you. Racism was alive. It wasn't directed towards where it's directed to now. We were all very racist. We all had a common enemy and we all got along on this common enemy. But it was the Middle Easterner that we were racist against. We could not stand fucking turban wearing people after 9/11, bro. Habibi shops were in the worst situations because they were confused for the other guys.
Okay.
That's how racist we were.
But we weren't racist towards each other.
No, we had a common enemy.
Exactly.
You know, I think black people being racist towards white spiked after Obama.
Yes.
I think like white racism stayed the same, but black people got way more comfortable being openly racist towards white people.
Yeah. They sure as fuck did.
I agree with the second half of that premises. I think white people there's certain groups of white people that turned that shit up too because they felt challenged. They were like, "Oh, okay, now it's okay. All right, let's fucking gloves off, bitch. We're going back to the Call of Duty era." You muted yourself. Say that again. No, we were openly racist, bro. We were just okay. We were okay. We were okay with being openly racist.
Did anybody ever find out where Obama was born?
Nigeria.
He's a Niger from Nigeria.
And
Because it wasn't Hawaii.
Wasn't he in Hawaii?
What a
Wasn't it in
Niger.
Hawaii?
That's what they tell you. But the lady that had the actual birth certificate
Yeah.
killed in
Okay.
an airplane crash, coincidentally.
This is that Donald Trump tin hat.
No,
Theory.
no, it's a fact. Bro, that is a fact. It's documented. I'm just telling you a fact. So,
Well, Claude says Hawaii. My AI tool over here
A
says
public
Hawaii.
consent.
sí, pero yo creo que lo usan para joder a lo que está diciendo Monkey, bro. Lo usan para joder, para dividir a las personas, para, tú sabes,
The divide and plunder.
divided from the type of shit. It's last night.
I think it's now become a business, so it's really hard to stop
Oh,
because
absolutely.
it's a business.
Hey, might as well just profit on it.
I mean, look at Candace Owens.
At
She's
first,
trying to
this
split up
industry,
the right.
at first this industry
It
was
has
dead.
become
Now
an
it's
industry,
fucking
though. It has
booming.
become an industry.
The problem now is, well, we took our eye off of the ball.
I think
We
social
all-
media has exacerbated the divide and plunder because now everyone
We all-
has a platform
We
and
all
everyone
had
can
this.
create their own little niche.
We all had this common enemy, and it came from the Middle East, right? And we've taken our eye off of the ball, and now they're in the Democratic Party changing it.
Right.
You know, I
Do we
used to think that the conspiracy theory of like, oh, they're gonna change the government from within was like not. I thought that was some tin hat bullshit, but like the Democratic Party, and in particular in New York, is
They're
got me a
trying,
little
bro.
worried.
They're actually trying. And then you have to look at all the different cells of Muslims that are growing. There's like Muslim towns in Michigan. There's Muslim towns in,
We're all the way
Texas.
to hating the Jews. We're all the way to hating the Jews. We've got the Democrats actually getting rid of people that support Israel. Like, we're already at hating Jews.
It's 1940s again in Germany, where like Jewish shops are getting closed down.
Really?
Okay, no, we're not that far, but Jewish people are getting kicked out of coffee shops for being openly Jewish, and it's like, you know, most coffee shops are very like liberal.
That's not good, bro.
There's people getting harassed in Miami.
Isn't there a difference between Zionist and Jewish? Because I think those are two
Yeah,
different countries.
yes,
In my
there
opinion,
is a difference.
In Miami, they're doing that.
Yes,
in my
there
opinion,
was a
no.
big
But there
viral
are
video. I think
multiple
Chris
feminism.
is talking about it, but there was a big viral video of this family at a coffee shop, and they were wearing yarmulkes, so they were obviously Jewish. And these guys came like they were walking. If this, I think this was on South Beach because they were walking.
Mire, pero la gente son retardadas mentales,
But
bro.
they saw these guys sitting down with their yarmulkes, and they straight the fuck up harassed them, like physically fucking, like they made them leave.
That's fucking.
They got into a fight with the dad. I think they got like they gave him a black eye and shit. They got into a fight with the dad. The dad's not trying to fight in front of all of his kids and his wife. Like they completely, and it was because they were Jewish, bro. Like I had nothing else to do. They kept screaming "Free Palestine" and all that shit too.
That is fucked up.
Yo no sé de verdad.
And that's just here. I've seen worldwide in London, in Spain, all across Europe. I saw some ladies get kicked out of a gym for being open.
Sometimes I think those are fucking actors, bro. They get paid to do that shit, bro. I'm starting to
You
believe
know,
that shit.
I used to think that was the case, Lewis, but like,
This is real.
no.
Bro, hey, I've actually got.
Wait, I'm gonna do it like I'm gonna do it like fucking Shoe on Head did it, bro. No, it's real.
¿Qué es eso? What is-
Like I used to think that this was like generated by media and shit, bro. No, we really out here hating
What's
Jews,
going on
dude.
here, bro? Don't grab my hand.
No.
You guys gonna hear this shit?
There's two things that I've seen like super hated in and I'm seeing it here like in life, like in my personal daily going to shows and shit. Like we hate two things, and you have to hate them, or at least not have an opinion in public, or you're gonna be stuck in like a 45-minute aggressive ass conversation for no reason. Ice and Jews. Ice and Jews, dude.
Zionists.
And if you're a fucking Jew that supports ICE, oh bro.
Baja eso, baja eso, que hay una libro.
Those are security guards.
Okay.
Bro,
People hate Zionists and they want to kill Zionists.
Mira el logo esto que tiene, bro. No está cargado,
No.
¿no?
This is the one that's not. I have another one that is.
Me salgo de aquí el carro ahora mismo, bro.
Don't let him fucking wave around real fucking bullets.
I didn't point it at you.
Fucking Lewis. This is gonna be like World Star viral video.
What's going on here? What? Hey.
I can do it.
Menos mal you know how to handle that shit.
Oh, bro, I shoot all the time.
Hey, wait. Gotta go to the shooting range, man.
So
Just don't point it at yourself.
I have a question because depending on who I've asked this to, and I've asked this to a couple of people, I get different responses. But like, I know y'all are rooting for Republicans to ultimately win generals, so I won't ask a stupid question. But should we at least root for establishment Democrats to win their primaries?
Yes, more normal Democrats, please. Not these crazy radical leftist
you know
Democrats.
what?
Yeah.
You know
I think the problem is the extremes, though. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The fucking extremes, man.
Every leftist piece of shit out there to be a Democrat nominee. Because you know what? There's not enough crazy fucking people in this fucking world to vote for them. There's just not. So let them all get elected in these primaries.
Mom Donnie won New York.
Yeah.
Mom dummy.
Mom Donnie
Mama
won
de la
New
mami.
York.
Mama de la mami.
California is California, so they've got enough votes to at least annoy the Senate and the House.
No, I'm sorry, bro.
Like
it wasn't that-
if you think about it, that's actually like shitty. The DSA right now currently controls two of our more, if not most, financially involved states in the country, California and New York.
Doesn't matter when they're driving the fucking people that are wealthy out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that what kind of shit does that? Because they've got to move their businesses in that situation. Like
Those
that's
people
not
got
going
the
to
money
be
to do it,
clean
though.
transfers.
Those people got the money to do that.
Yeah, but things don't just teleport. You know, you still got to move operation.
New operation, bro. Rich guys move quick, Rick. Quick.
They got to establish in another. Yeah, I don't think it's as quick as you think.
What's the news on the Lego stuff? I heard Ben got his.
Oh yeah, Ben got his.
His freedom.
Ben got his freedom.
His First Amendment back.
He got his First Amendment right back. Yeah.
My baby back ribs back.
I'm not gonna play the whole video. I'll link it for you guys to see later. I'll play like the first few minutes of it, but yeah, dude, like this is actually some crazy shit.
And I don't even know what I did wrong. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it.
Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage has been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims, and there's some things being said about me that are redacted I don't know about.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here relate to the fact that the defendant, he's a person he's a YouTuber, who creates videos, publishes them online, and has been, if this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
Yeah, the state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what the plan was.
I got a call from my boss and he was like, how do we get them arrested?
Dang.
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode. It was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me. And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
It seems like this guy might live in LA or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah, the police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
Any idea where he actually is? No idea. Okay.
I was somewhere very far away. But anyways, back to court. The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right?
Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important. So, yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case, and so this person doesn't want to get exposed, so he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to like get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about.
However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
So the court has made it clear. They do not want to look at the evidence, and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did. So this whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate bricks and minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery, and they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning, the moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 for Legos in your store?
Nope. Never happened.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back, you know? And
But if there's one thing I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing and use their own strategy against them. Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now I'm gonna Uno reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm going to be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So I'm going to give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first. But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Eamon just hid in his little office. And he called the police on me.
but they told us that they were.
Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us, so at this point, he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
So what?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's what?
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who's that?
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole all the Legos right before they took over the store.
Back up the easy way.
Have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is there's security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. If taking on the business takes on all that, that's not that part.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now. But that's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
You sent a bunch of pictures of the Lego still in the back. And you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
And I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You can go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because you have accepted a narrative that is not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy, and it gives you views, and it gives you all sorts of clout, and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him, she has his money.
But
she sold his Lego, she has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument, we're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit. Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Oh, are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened. Yes, this is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video, the CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO is lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally wrong. However, if you lie about a crime, the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested. We're at the police station, and we're going to charge him with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of a $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now, you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back. I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is, the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are going to be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation. He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff, and it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction. And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy, I think the plan is finally gonna work. Looks like the CEO is going down. I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're gonna burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything. So if the police have to decide what case to pursue, they're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence, and then they're going to throw out Eamon's case that has no evidence at all.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I could get some type of update on how the case is going. It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs, in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Eamon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
I'm not seeing him on duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always a chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can like check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it, or?
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Okay, well, thank you. So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers. But eventually, I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail. And looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases. And it was Eamon's, not mine. Yes, the case that had an overwhelming amount of evidence, they thought that case was garbage. And they took on the case that has 0 evidence at all. In the police body cam footage, after the police watched my full conversation, proving that I didn't threaten to burn the place down or literally anything, they even admitted to Eamon that there was no credibility with his entire case against me.
We agreed that there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys, you know, having to deal with this fool and all of his issues. We did find that there was another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, we're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no. Like,
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time? I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them. Okay, well, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, guys. Good luck. Please, thank you. Hey, do you want to talk to them? They're on their way out. You want me to grab them or no?
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this was right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. We're right. Like, we have a right to the Legos, so we're gonna get them the easy way or the hard way.
What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this Lego?
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Right, provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Lame ass fucking Muse shirt.
You can ask to leave, please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and so see you later.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened. But now let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, you know, like, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. Like, but I asked multiple times, they did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this, they're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
I don't know, you know, like, however else, you know, like, some of that stuff comes through, but, you know, like, the reality is, like, we've tried to talk with them and said, we're willing to work with you.
I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is not something that anybody, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say, all your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. I have a spreadsheet that says all these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership, that's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet, it was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to update any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think we mailed like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message, and they just completely ghosted me.
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see. I said like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is it. I don't know what email address that is.
This was on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Did I tell you to look up something on the website and send it there?
Well.
Did I say that?
Well, that's why.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said send me an email to franchise at bricksandminifigs.com. And
why do you have a website? Why do you have a website? Like, why do you have a website? Why is the website wrong? Why can't I go to the website and contact you? Like, what the fuck? Did you just admit that your fucking website's stupid?
Did I tell you to email that? It's like, bro, that's not what's on your website. This guy's such a douche.
We will work with that.
That handlebar, that stupid mustache.
You keep saying that you So I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
Well, that's your guys' fault for putting that email on the website.
Sure. Okay.
Then so why are you getting mad at us because we emailed the website for your instructions?
You continue to harass us for false. I'm not getting mad at you.
We're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Ammon kept either trying to stall or switch the subject. It almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory. What? He keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go
But you
back.
guys will give him the inventory list? Because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says, they always say they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily. But then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's what I'm saying. Send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways, I sent an email to the email he told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email. Don't ever email that one or the CEO is going to be pissed. But according to Ammon, now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day. And I got no answer. So the next day, I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally,
this is the response. Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents. Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior. And considered harassment. Right. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities.
It's naked.
The cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list, or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Yeah, and every time it's been just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand the third-party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
Just, who knows what.
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So. We've solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian's.
What do you think these Legos are?
Hold on.
What do you think these Legos are?
Where do I think they are? They have them probably in some closet.
I think they sold them. I think they sold them.
You think they sold them already?
Yeah. I think they're gone. I think that's why this. I think that's why all of this.
Did they have them?
Because they don't want to admit that they're gone.
Yes, thank you, bro.
Still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
As far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory, and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store?
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Ammon's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks and Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this, and that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
From the bottom up, that is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them on getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days. How can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Exactly.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out. Yeah. And then we never heard back.
So why is Ammon going on like Fox News then and saying we wanted to give Brian his stuff back? He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity, and I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Bricks and Minifigs thieves and liars. And this Facebook post, like, really pissed off Ammon. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this. I mean, back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to mean
So
the
theft?
definition of knowing that
Yeah.
the property was stolen or otherwise not known to that person.
And on my phone.
That was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be...
And that's the...
What is this company known for? Like,
Selling Legos and minifigures.
That's it?
Buying and selling Legos. Yes, this entire saga filled with corruption and greed and betrayal and arrests and heroin calls and shit. This is all over Legos. This is a Lego thing.
Well, so these people do nothing but sell Legos and minifigures.
Yes,
So they're like a fucking toy store.
basically. But they stole this guy's $200,000 Star Wars collection.
But is this like a big franchise? Is this
Yes, huge franchise, like #1 in that market.
in that state or in
And
every state?
no, in every state.
I've never heard of it.
Well, we don't build Legos in Florida.
No.
We build sandcastles.
Okay. All right, I guess whatever.
That's another lie again because...
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where corporate acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment life.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us, so that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal.
All that, bro. If he's the
So
CEO,
catching you guys is illegal activity. That's illegal on me.
We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for...
done nothing illegal, and you are doing something illegal right now.
I don't think it's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
Okay, You've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us. And
After just going around in circles for probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, but that's what they do is people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, then they can, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person. So that's what I feel like has kind of really happened here.
So Ammon's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with him, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
so you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Ammon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Ammon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually, it was a trap. Yeah, Ammon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information.
I need you all to pay attention to this part because this is sketchy. This is fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up.
You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed in the Lego video so far, all my emails, all my search history, all the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was for...
That's incredibly fucked up.
Yo. Nah, fam. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit.
I don't, well, because Google has the data, but for some reason they just gave it to this person just because they asked for it, which I think is fucked up.
They can get sued for that, bro. That's a lawsuit. A big lawsuit.
Reaction to the police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see, like, if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state just to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem credible from my understanding.
No, so it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information, the police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is, how could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible, and therefore, case closed. Ben's wrong, and we're right, because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the
This fucking guy, dude.
Interesting.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No. Well, and you know,
His MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, or like a keyboard warrior, but they'll make threats.
And this is the craziest part of the video to me. Ammon's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person. Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage, I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't get scared of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me. I think it's Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, let's double check by looking at the footage. Ammon claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them. So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if he just gives you the papers so we can just... No, I'm not accepting service. Okay, absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys, hoping no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could, like, be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But sometimes, like, it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this. I gotta make sure something happens. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proved my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
We're not going to distribute those things at this point. We've kept them on hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion, when they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're gonna make up a reason to throw me in jail.
I stole the Legos?
Get out of your fucking teeth.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging reckless Ben for RICO. I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting. It could be a sniper blade on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
Seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
But even after all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here? It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
Well, it's classic projection. So, just to let you know, we call it double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, it's best that you circle it and then show it to them.
And then, like that?
Perfect.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Cool.
I feel like this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep. So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts. When in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them. But for some reason, they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the stage response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we can do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
I have not watched it, no.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, we say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court because, I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it. It seems like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going, like when you step out the door?
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it. They're literally just taking Ammon's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence. So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes in American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with
you have to understand this is corruption. Like, this is fucking corruption, bro. Like, from the top down. Like, this is the top down. Like, I wanted to stop this video and I can't. It's like so fucking, like, I'm stuck on this, dude. This is at the end of this saga. We're never gonna have faith in the judicial system, bro.
Not ¿cómo se dice? Por ejemplo, otro está civil litigation, está criminal litigation. That's not, you know what I'm saying?
Degree felony up to 15 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not heard. The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion, with no one there to say a word against it.
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers, and all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute. That's turning into one of the craziest legal cases.
Yo, what?
It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute. That's turning into
on AEW, fam. On AEW, fam! Hey, that's in the big time.
one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade that is just exploding.
A $200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen. This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons. Reckless Ben. Reckless Ben.
It really seemed like the entire internet was uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back, but I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me, and it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing. However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick.
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Or maybe I can be here, I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
No. Alright, I'm here with, what was your name?
I'm Jerome. Here to support the cause. It's the American Fork local. Here's the board.
Justice for
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting works, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Oh, look, I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs such cold people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment rights back. Yeah.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once I do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry, and we can finally move on to the next video series, and it'll be awesome. So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they get given an apology, they might say the right things, you know, but they're not actually going to mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm going to basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing, then I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again. And also make sure to check us out at www.westealfromoldpeople.com, because right now we have 2 new Lego sets for sale that you can buy right now. One of Joshua Johnson and one of Amy McNeff. And we're only making 500 of each, and once all 500 of each sell out, we're never making any more. And you gotta buy them now, because someday they're gonna sell for like $1 million or something. They're gonna be collectibles, it's gonna be sick. Also subscribe to Patreon, you'll get tons of behind the scenes, tons of extra footage, full interviews. Also, part 4 is coming soon. If you subscribe to Patreon, you'll be the first to watch it. And also subscribe to part 5, part 6, part 7, all the way to part 100. We're doing 100 parts. My lawyer said if Bricks and Minifigs sues me, which they've still not dropped their lawsuit, then it'll be at least 2 years, and 32 weeks a year, that's 104 parts at least. So come back all the way till...
This is an epic. There's gonna be another part. Dude, we're ending the podcast on a high note. And I'm glad we did it.
Hey, you want me to take you home? Or are you gonna watch?
Yeah. Well, brother, it's actually not raining.
Alright.
So,
Hey, Chris. But Lewis is signing off. Alright, bro.
Night.
Have a good one. Thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure.
Bochando. Cógelo suave, pero cógelo.
Dale, have a good night, bro. Yeah, that was sick, bro. This Lego saga has been insane.
I want to see actual investigations in that police department.
Oh, for sure. I don't know how, but Ben should like get the FBI in on this or something. Like, what the fuck?
You would think with how popular it is, well, maybe we're just in the wrong administration for that. Because with how popular it is, you would think the FBI would already be on it, but I don't know, man. We have a war in Iran.
Let's send Reckless Ben to Iran.
Fuck. Document this. Nah, dude, they'll kill him. Can't do that.
Yeah.
We need Reckless Ben around, bro. He's got to expose the corruption of our Mormon police forces.
Bro, that's so ridiculous. I can't believe the. You know, Lewis said something while I was on mute, but he was like, "How can they just accuse him of stuff and get him arrested when it's not true?" And that's a good point. Like, how can they just make false accusations? There's no
Because
evidence.
when you have the fucking judge, police force,
In your back pocket. Yeah.
and all of that in your back pocket.
They're gonna make daylight savings time permanent. They're building on that.
What do you mean permanent? As in it doesn't change?
Yeah, so the time just stays like this.
Wait, didn't Donald Trump say that? He's like, I don't like daylight savings. Get rid of it.
Right. So it's like what we're in right now. I don't know what time zone we're in right now, but this is the way it should be. It gets dark around 8 o'clock. You know? That way you have a longer day.
No.
Yeah.
I want a longer
Who the
night.
fuck wants to wake up in the dark and go to sleep in the dark? You're like, let's sleep in the dark. You don't wake up in the dark.
I want a longer night.
No.
Fuck the sun.
The older you get, the less you want a longer night.
Oh man, fuck. I like cool temperatures. Alright, that's it. We gotta bomb some Iranians.
Well, that's happening probably as we speak.
Yeah, given this.
Yeah, we're probably gonna wake up to news tomorrow about how like we fucking bombed Kharkov Island or whatever.
Card?
They were talking about
Kharkov.
if they fuck up Card, it's over. They're done. Yeah.
That's what they should have done. You know, if we were run by Israel, that would have been the first target.
Damn it. Alright, signing off. See y'all next week. Have a good night. Peace.
Good night, everybody.